Hey, welcome to Graphic Policy Television, GPTV. I'm Brett. In my hands is Ultimate X-Men number 12 by Peach Momoko on art and on writing, and then Zack Davisson script adaptation, lettering by Travis Lanham. All right, so I've been kind of, a little rough on this series. I think out of all the Ultimate comics, to me, it's generally the weakest one. It's a lot of interesting aspects to it. It's a lot of interesting concepts. But overall, I think the narrative is a little bit rough for me. And I think this issue kind of highlights really where it really brings together a lot of my thoughts. So at its heart, there's a bunch of plots going on. There is this thing called the Children of Adam, which is like this cult having to do with mutants. There's this character, the Shadow King, who has led to various suicides in a school and a bunch of kids who kind of are tied into both Children of the Atom as well as the Shadow King. I think part of the issue I have with the series is that it almost feels like it is trying to do too much, where it would have been a stronger narrative and series if it really just mainly focused on one aspect. And that's where I think this series actually is strongest, is when these kids dealing with the Shadow King. When they deal with the Shadow King, like, to me, that is the best. The strongest storyline so far, all of it, is this Shadow King storyline where we've got the Shadow King obsessed with armor. I think having a bunch of young mutant girls going up against this obsessive villain who's around their age would have been the best out of the gate storyline. It would have introduced the concept of mutants really kind of to the Ultimate world, because Ultimate Wolverine hasn't been out yet. But it also, I think, really kind of would have given something a little bit different. You would have a team aspect, which brings together the X-Men aspect of it, with mutants, again, X-Men aspect of it, but really play off the Junji Ito style and narrative that this series has had for a lot of it. Now, the issues that I have with it is the fact that it seems to be split in its narrative and not really, and a lot of the narrative plots and stuff like that haven't paid off yet. So things are getting dragged out a lot. We're on issue 12, and Shadow King is like really just, I think, finally come forward and found his victim, when this is something that could have easily been like a story arc. It shouldn't have been 12 issues, it should have been 6 issues. The Children of the Atom, like the perfect example of plot lines not, I think, really playing out well enough, is that we've got had this huge clash in the previous issue, and here it doesn't feel like it's addressed at all. There's a little bit about it of somebody who has taken video of it that's going to release this video, but like that's it. When this was a pretty big deal the previous issue, we get like nothing. I think it's the previous issue. It might have been 2 issues ago, but we get nothing from it. So it feels like something where it got thrown out there as this concept, this idea, and it just doesn't go anywhere. So instead, I think the series as a whole would have been far, far stronger of just focusing on one aspect of it, teasing another aspect of it, and then going from there. So you could have teased the Children of Adam. You could have teased this kind of like mutant cult. You could have teased that some of the characters are involved with this, but really have these kids it's trapped in a horror story. And to me, that would have been the stronger of the debut concepts that we've got on this. As is, this issue, I think, really highlights that things have played out way too long, get dragged out way too much, almost decompressed way too much, to the point where, like, I'm forgetting aspects of the comic because it's just taken so damn long to get back to it for it to pay off. Like, I have to read the intros in the beginning of the comic to remember what the hell is happening, and even the intros kind of just touch on the basics of it, which I think kind of highlights the fact that, like, there's so much that's gone on that you don't need to deal with. So yeah, I mean, I think the series has a lot going for it. There's obviously Peach Momoko's art is really intriguing, really interesting. There's a lot of great details about it, but to me, it's just a kind of an unfocused series that would have been stronger with, just really just highlighting one aspect of it and going to town with it. This series, to me, is the strongest when it has that Ito feel and is just a straight-up horror series with these kids with powers scared shitless because there's someone else with powers that's stalking them. And to me, that is a hell of a narrative. It's a really interesting concept. It's something I don't think we've really seen that I can think of in a while. And done in this way, like, it really does have a horror aspect to it. As I said, like, Momoko's art is really interesting. I don't necessarily think it's maybe the strongest art that we've seen from Peach, but it's still really interesting style, and it's a style that you don't see anywhere else. So, I mean, generally, as I said, I think this is the weakest of the Ultimate series. I still think there's a lot of interesting aspects of it, and maybe when things finally start to really come together, which at this point is going to be another 12 issues, I think the series will, like, really pay off. But it's just one of those that it's taken quite a while to get there. It's dragged out. I want to see some movements. Compared to all the other series, like, this is the slowest pace out of them all, and you know, you just kind of want to say, like, get to the point. What's the point? Like, come on, we need some sort of delivery here. So yeah, you know, if you're really into this, I can see how people would really be, you know, digging this. But for me, you know, I think there's so many other Ultimate comics that are really, really good right now, that are firing in such solids, you know, they're just hitting it in all ways, that this, I think, really stands out at how sluggish and slow this is, and you know, how off it is compared to the others. So still, it's part of the Ultimate Universe, and I think the Ultimate Universe as a whole is really, really solid. You can go get this. This is out in shops. We got a link beneath our video. Put in your zip code. It'll tell the shops near you. No shop, no problem. We have some links where you can purchase your own. There'll be affiliate links, so you do get a small percentage. And by doing that, you help support our site. So thanks for that. And speaking of support, just watch our video. Support us as always. So thank you. If you are into comics, check us out every single day at graphicpolicy.com. We're on Facebook. We're on TikTok. We're on Mastodon. We're on Threads. We're on all that stuff. YouTube. All at Graphic Policy, keeping it nice and consistent. Until next time, keep reading those comics, and keep it geeky. Hey, thanks for watching the previous video from Graphic Policy Television. Just by watching, you help support our site. Thank you so much. Now, if you're watching these videos, you probably care about geeky things like movies, television, comic books, toys, games, video games, you name it. You can go and subscribe right now to our YouTube channel to stay in touch and catch all the new videos, or check out our website at graphicpolicy.com. There's a nice link on this end of the video. But as always, thank you for watching. Keep on rocking and keep it geeky.